Tavex, purity becoming one. Tavex, purity becoming one. This is the new Yeshua from Israel. Tavex, purity becoming one. Israelite, the heathen Gentiles re-engineered our genetics against us. I had to make a video like this. Listen, I love just to do videos is based on the law. This is still based on the law. It's based on Deuteronomy 28. But, we're just going to wait a few minutes, see if anybody comes in the room. And if anybody comes in the room, 6-7 minutes, and then we start. I'm going to show you a video. I'm not going to speak that much because the video is going to speak for itself. The reason why I'm doing this video is because our people still in 2024, a lot of them, you have low self-esteem. You took the lie, hook, line, and sinker. And here also at Hebrew on Island 2, I'm trying to get you not to think that way. I'm trying to show you the lies and how you should think about yourself and your people group. So this is why I'm making this video. I'm not gonna say give too much scripture because I want this video to run. The video it's only like 10 minutes, 29 seconds, but I'll discuss it in a little bit. So let's see if anybody comes on. If not, some people come on, but they don't come on in the comments. I'll just start. I'm online. I don't know if you can come on your phone, but I'm online now doing a video. I'm online now. If you can come on, I'm doing an interesting video. If you can come on now. Listen, I'm doing a video, and I'm on live, and the people see that I'm calling you. They don't know who I'm calling though, but I'm on live now. If you can come on. I'm doing an interesting video. See, at Hebron Island 2, we do this live. We ain't hiding things. We ain't being sneaky. We just doing it. What's up, Hebrew? Listen, I'm on live now. I'm doing a quick video. If you want to come on. See, just to call a couple people, that's all. And a lot of times, some people just they don't want to comment, because some people work and they don't want to be linked to the Hebrew on the Island too, because, I'll say some stuff, they don't want to be connected to somebody because, they got jobs and, so forth and so on. So I watched this video that I'm going to show you earlier today. And, I've spoken about this several times already and made videos about it. But, when it comes from somebody else's mouth, it brings a bigger impact. Excuse me. And I know our people, remember, it's a remnant only. This is a Torah Tanakh only channel. The Creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is the Creator and Savior and Redeemer alone. We don't be reading other books or anything like that. Our people, they do have low self-esteem. And I'm making this video also because heathen Gentiles watch my videos also when I upload it. And this shows them as well. So, I have to, I saw it. It was very excellently done. The oratory in it, how they presented it was super, right to the point. And this needs to be shown to you, show it to other Hebrew Israelites, Hebrewites. Okay, I don't see you on, but I'm glad you're on. You're going to like this. I'm showing the video. It's not going to be a long video. So, that's the situation. We're at 5 minutes, 9 seconds. We'll give 2 more minutes, start the video. And we're gonna go right to the video that I want to present to you, share with you. I didn't write any notes, excuse me. What? Excuse me. I didn't write any notes for this video because I'll be preaching to the choir if I would have wrote a video out. Because you have heard these things before, but sometimes you need to rehear them. It really needs to be solidified in your mind, heart, and spirit. Here at Hebrew Island 2, it's solidified with me. I take no prisoners with this type of information. We are surrounded by enemies who despise us, hate us, abhor us, which is perfectly fine with me. I probably won't want it any other way. In the new kingdom, it's not going to be that way. But, I'd rather know who my enemy is, which is everybody outside of Israel. Psalm 83, except for those few heathens that may just be normal, like. They're not included in our covenant, but you can deal with them. But the vast majority of them hate us. And they believe the narrative that was taught to them in school and by their parents about us. So since they watch my videos, I need to share this with them, but also with you, so you have some ammunition for your holster. Boom, 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 with the heathens when they start talking. All right, we're on 7 minutes. And you know what? I'm going to begin. Well, I'm going to keep my promise. So anyway, Israelite, they re-engineered our genetics. And you know why they did this? They re-engineered our genetics. You ever hear where, and I don't believe it, if they do have any unidentified flying objects, the Gentiles made it. Remember, they're like 50 years, 100 years advanced in technology hidden that we don't know about. So any crashes, it doesn't make sense. An alien coming from faraway galaxies, and then they're going to crash here on Earth. You guys are so gullible. It's these heathen Gentiles who are crashing. And what they do, they re-engineer the technology. Maybe if another country find it, so they know how it operates. Excuse me. But they did that to us, as per Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26. And Daniel 9, the Most High said, I'm going to do to this people that has not been done to the earth. Well, the people that have been re-engineered genetically. And I'll explain that re-engineering genetically. Just give me a second. He said, you're going to be the tail, not the head. They're not going to care or give any heedance to the old, the young, the maiden, none of us. They're going to treat us severely, demonically. And as you can see, Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26 has come full circle and is totally true. Can't you feel it? I can feel it because I'm older. I experienced a lot of it already. So the Most High said in Deuteronomy 32, he said, because you made me jealous by going after the heathens, fetishes, and their gods. He said, I'm going to make you jealous. I'm going to put a no people, a foolish nation over you. And that foolish nation knew, like their higher ups, they know that, hey, the Most High has only one family group that he likes, because you didn't read it, but they read Amos chapter 3. Out of all the families of the earth, only Israel has he known. They read Deuteronomy 10, verse 15. He said, I had a delight in their fathers to love them and their seed after them under the whole heaven, even to this day. They read Deuteronomy chapter 7. He said, my people, the Israelites, are above all the people on the earth. They are my priestly nation. They read Exodus 19, where it says, the Israelites are a peculiar treasure unto the Most High, if they're fearing Him and keeping His commandments. They read Zephaniah too. The Most High said, Israel is the apple of my eye. They read Joel chapter 2:27. The Most High said, I only dwell amongst Israel. They also read Numbers 35:34. He only dwells amongst the children of Israel. I'm recalling all these because we're going to have heathen Gentiles watching this, and they don't know where those are. So I'm notifying them what's in the scripture that they never hear in church or church televised program or the internet. They ain't going to hear these things. Most High deals with only one nation group of people. He has a covenant with. In Psalm 50, verse 5, the Most High says, gather my saints together, those who made a covenant with me through sacrifice. That was Moses, that angel, and the Israelites that left Egypt, not heathen Gentiles. King David said in 1 Samuel chapter, and what one nation is like Israel, people you drew unto them, you redeemed unto yourself. And Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 45, he said, only God is with the Israelites. And what they definitely don't read in the church is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15 and 17. The Most High is saying through the major prophet, he says, and all the nations of people, not the Israelites, all the other nations of people on the earth. So all the other nations are as a drop that falleth from a bucket. The small dust of the balance, considered of every little thing. All nations before him are as nothing, less than nothing, and vanity. You don't, the Christians and heathens and regular heathen Gentiles on the earth never read Isaiah chapter 40. But here at Hebrew on the Island too, I'm going to share with you for you heathen Gentiles that are watching this. Yous are going into the kingdom too, but as servants and handmaidens. When you read Isaiah chapter 14, he says he's going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set them in their own lands. And when the strangers that are with them, the Israelites are going to take them to their place, the houses, in the land of the Most High as servants and handmaidens. They're going to take them captives, who captives they were. They're going to rule over their oppressor. That is your eternal fate that's coming, because you know the system's ending. Because our curses of Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26 is almost over. The true Israelites are only Negro types. All the 12 tribes are Negroes who only suffer the curses of Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26, and no other people group. When you read Daniel chapter 7, verse 27, it says, the kingdoms and dominions and greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven is given to the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions will serve and obey. And the dominions that don't serve will be utterly destroyed, utterly wasted. In Isaiah 60, it says, all they that despise you, the sons of your oppressor will come bowing at your feet. And all they that despise you will come bowing at your feet. Then Israel's going to know that the Most High is the Most High, the Lord God of hosts. He said, their kings, their queens will be our nursing mothers, and their kings will be our servants. In Joel 2, the gates of Israel in the new kingdom are always going to be open, because they're going to bring us the milk of all the nations, all the precious things they're going to give. Listen, that is when we're going to get our reparations. A lot of you guys, I was going to do a thing on reparations. Just hold tight. Why would you want reparations from a demon, an unrepentant demon? They're demons, their actions, the devil, I call them devils all the time. The devil is a deceiver, a liar. So why would you want reparations in this fallen kingdom? You know they're going to cheat us. They say, well, how do we know fundamental Black Americans? How are we going to figure this out? Oh, just give them college. No, we don't want your college scholarships. We want money. But guess what? It's too late. We're living at the last thing. Israelites, do you want a little bit of change and the system is going to end, or you're going to spend it in a few minutes, couple months, and then the system is going to end. I'm not saying the system is going to end, but I'm just saying it'll fall out like that. While they enjoy centuries of luxury and stealing and raping and pillaging, inheritance, and what you're going to get a month, a year, 5 years. No. You want their pennies? Because you know they'll give us pennies. I'd rather have the creator of the heavens and earth, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, do his justice in this situation. Give us the correct, make them give us the correct reparations, which you find in the scripture. So, you got internet websites talking about reparations, and they're talking about it. Listen, tell them to keep it. We don't want their pennies, because the Most High's reparations they're going to give the Israelites is you can't even imagine. The gates are always going to be open. They're going to be bringing us all the precious things, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. They're building our houses and towns and roads and garbage and men, and they're doing everything. Now that's a just reparations. Look, they had a lot of time to give us reparations. Did they do it? Do they still have a wicked heart towards that? They say, you guys are just lazy and shiftless. Won't you pull yourself up by your bootstrap? Look at all these other foreigners having 7-Elevens and Dunkin' Donuts franchises. And you've been here all this time and you haven't done it. You're lazy. You don't know what to do. No. System of white supremacy, systemic. We know what you're about. We don't want your reparations. We'll take the reparations that the Most High is going to twist your arm all the way to your earlobes. And you will give us the proper reparations. And that's what I'm waiting for. Some of you guys, I know you want it right now, but sometimes it's better to wait. So, since the Most High deals only with the Israelites, we are his chosen nation group, his priestly nation. Do you think he doesn't want the best for us? You think he hasn't made us the best supreme over them? See, my words that I'm speaking to you now, you probably say, oh, he's cocky. He thinks he's all that just because he got a six-pack under this shirt. He thinks he's all that. Well, guess what I think I do? But not because of my muscles in my stomach, because it is Tanakh right here. Because it is, because I read what it says in here. And it said, we're above all the people. And then when I saw this video that I'm going to share with you now, it's just confirming the scriptures. The Most High just doesn't love us. He made us better than everybody else. Spiritually, physically, and financially. That's why in Ezekiel 44 it says, do not bring the stranger into the sanctuary who is uncircumcised in heart and flesh to defile it. In Leviticus 22, Exodus 22, and Deuteronomy 14, we're different. And you kumbaya Negroes, aka Israelites, want to rub shoulders with them. You can have an alliance with them, but stop trying to rub shoulders with them like they are our equals. I got bad news to break to you. Houston, you have a problem. We are above all the nations. That's why they made churches and theological schools, and your schools say everybody's equal, everybody's the same, everybody got the same brains and minds. No, we don't. He made us different. He says in Leviticus, 20 or 22, I think it's 20, he said he severed us from all other nations. He made us different. He said in Deuteronomy 32, he said, I separated the sons of Adam. And you think he separated us and then we're on the same playing field? No, we're not. In Deuteronomy 30, he separated the sons of Adam. And the first son of Adam that is his only family is the Israelites. So just think about it. Are you going to give the best and do the best for your family or the neighbor or a co-worker or the guy walking on the street or woman walking on the street? You're going to give the best and best opportunities, the best things to your family, your closest people. So that's what the Most High did. It's just natural. I know a lot of you that think it's racist. And I'm going to tell you what they did. It's real simple. Then I'm going to share this video clip with you. And don't worry, the video clip's only like 10, 11 minutes, but it's worth watching. It's for you to know Israel, but also for the heathens who are going to watch this video. We are different. We are under a different law. Because when you read Leviticus 22, Exodus 22, Deuteronomy 14, it's talking to the Israelites, because this is the law and history book of the Israelites, not heathen Gentiles in the world. They made church, and that's what it is in the New Testament. Because they had to change it, even though they didn't change it, but they had to add the New Testament, which goes contrary, abominable against the Old Testament. And they don't want to hear that. They're not in the covenant. And the Most High only loves one nation group. And he made the other people to be an example of how not to live, how not to act. And he made them our servants. Because when you read Lamentations chapter 5, it says, woe. The Israelites are saying, woe. For we have sinned, not the world. For woe, we have sinned, and the crown has fallen off our heads. What does a crown mean? It means rulership. The rulers are over the general population. It's going to, in the New Kingdom, going to be King David and all the Israelites under, because we're the sons of the Most High. In Deuteronomy chapter 4, we're the sons, not a JC. We're the sons of the Most High. It's rulership. And then when you keep reading Lamentation 5, and it says, and now the slaves rule over us. Malachi 3, the Most High changes not. So Lamentation 5 didn't change. For woe, we have sinned, the Israelites. For woe, we have sinned, and now the crown has fallen from our heads. And now the slaves rule over us. Malachi 3:6, Most High changes not. It's going to come back. We're going to rule again under King David. It says in Isaiah 55, it says, in summary, it says, the Most High gave David rulership, kingship over many peoples all over the earth. And he says he's going to do the same thing for you. Of course, under King David, but he's going to do the same thing to you, Israelite. Many people that you don't know, you know their language, they're going to come running to you. In the end, now they're still demons walking around with attitudes thinking that they're better than you, that they're made better than you, smarter than you, better than you. And I tell you here at Hebrew on the island too, it's not that way. They're going to come running to you because of the mercy of the Most High. That's what's on. Think about it. Like my apartment. I'm not going to put ugly furniture in my apartment. I'm going to try to make it as nice as possible. I'm going to treat my vehicles as nice as possible and give them the best treatment and the best everything. Don't you think that's logical? Most High is going to do it with it. Out of all the families in Amos 3, out of all the families of the earth, only Israel has he known. Don't you think we're going to be better than everybody in everything? I'm going to tell you right now, and I tell you this on many occasions on other videos. The heathen Gentiles, especially the ones on the top, the apex ones, the pale colored ones, leprous colored ones, they have 6 strands of DNA in them. In 1996, they did a test. The American Association of the Advancement of Science did a genetic test. They wanted to test intelligence in primates and different people groups. And they got the best geneticists around the world. And he started conducting that test. They took the orangutan. They found out he got 3 strands of DNA. They did the gorilla. He has 4 strands, so he's smarter than the chimpanzee, per se, because I see some orangutans riding golf carts. And then they did the chimpanzees. So they did orangutans. They had 3 strands of DNA. Then they did the gorillas. They had 4 strands. Then they did the chimpanzees. They had 5 strands. So that means chimpanzees. That's why you see Planet of the Apes. The chimpanzees are really the guys in charge because they got 5 strands of DNA. They're smarter than those other 2. 1 strand difference is like a world difference, like a lot different. And then when they did the Indo-European, those are the pale, albino, leprous type of people. that say they're smarter than everybody, they're the best than everybody, and etc. They had 6 strands of DNA. And then when they did the Negro types, they had 9 strands. I tell you, one strand is like night and day, far apart. It's genius. And you have a wise ass caveman and woman and say, well, I don't see your results on SAT tests or promotional tests at your jobs. And, we're ruling the world and we're in all the governments and big Illuminati businesses and you're not and whatever. Because you put lead in the water and other metals and poisons in the water supply in all the ghettos and wherever all the Negroes are at. When the little Negro boys and girls come out of their mother's womb in the hospital, you know what you do? You take that thing, you say, oh, these are required vaccinations with all type of metals and formaldehyde and whatever. Because, your head people, heathen Gentiles, they know we got 9 strands of DNA. So they got to even the score up. So you say, hey, let's put metals in, get them right when they come pop out of the mother's womb. And before they leave the hospital, they gotta give it to them. They gotta sign, you gotta give it to them. They don't even know what we're doing. That's what the heathens do. You think it's just Flint, Michigan, lead in the water. Nah, they've been doing it for a long time. They gotta even the score out. They know that you Negro Hebrew Israelite got 9 strands. They got 6 strands. One higher than the chimpanzee. These are all document stuff. They know you don't know. But people like myself, we read and study and research all damn day. We find it all. Because they are so proud and into themselves, they'll never find it. We found it already. So you can wash it away, wipe it away. It's too late. We already got it. We got it copied. We got our drives, dumb drives. It's hopeless. We're never going back. We know basically everything. We know your plots and schemes. So that's how you got the brain even up. Put lead in the water. Make sure we put a lot of lead in the paint. So when they're living in those apartments, they're painting all those projects and houses with the lead paint. And we make it where the lead paint is not going to last on the wall for long. It's going to chip off. And the little niggers are going to put it in their mouths and suck on it. They're going to eat the lead in there. It's going to go right to their brain and then even up the knowledge capacity, the learning capacity. We know what you've done. Yes, you've done it. You've done way worse things too. So I make this video so that you know, and you're going to hear from educated people in all areas and physicality, because they walk around and say their hair is better, their skin is better, they're better. Do you wonder why? See, they know you don't even wonder because they they're making you stress. You got bad jobs, low paying jobs, even high paying jobs. Rents are high, food's high, insurance is high. You got crazy cops pulling you over. You got Asian people following you around in the stores thinking you're stealing because they took the narrative of the pale guy who says that you're a super predator, thief, drug dealer, which he's all of that and not you. You're just a product of it. They made it all. So they know you're sure, so they know you're not going to find out anything. Do you wonder why Negroes are leading in high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, ADD? Little kids in school, they're going, oh, okay. And guess what? Atlanta, Houston. I just heard a case in Houston, Texas. They had 42,000 cases of STDs in 1 week. And Atlanta, Georgia is crazy with STDs. It's like an epidemic. They're putting it low, but how do you think they're doing that? Yeah, they're sleeping around. Yeah, but you did something. And you hide behind the curtain like a Wizard of Oz. You demon, he the Gentile. Oh, they did it. Look, oh, the weather did it. They did it. You did it. You did it. Hold on. Yo, Mio, I'm doing a video. I'm going to get off in a second. I'll call you back. I'm doing a video. Yo, excuse me, I'm doing a video on YouTube. Listen, I'm doing a video on YouTube. I'm live. You're on the video with me right now. I'm talking on the phone. I'll call you right back. I'm almost done. No, I'll call you in a couple minutes. Bye. So anyway, sorry. This is the thing. Listen, STDs is off the charts. Niggas are leading in all the stuff. You know, when they had that C-19, they said, niggas are the, why, how are we the most in everything? Do you ever scratch your head and go, how is that? When we don't have recessive genes, how is that? Well, I'm telling you, this is why I'm making this video, because the heathens have re-engineered our genetics by introducing us to things that are going to make our genetics not go forward in strength, go in reverse and become weak, and then become susceptible to their demonic plans, diseases, and shits. That's why I make this video. And this guy explained it really good. So that's why I have to share it with you. They re-engineered. You know, remember I told you in the beginning, I don't know if some of you guys were watching in the beginning. No, I don't believe in the UFOs. Yeah, they have UFOs. It's them. They have technology 50, 100 years in advance. They hide it from the public. No crazy demon riding with superpowers riding a UFO and is going to crash it once it goes through, or as they say, all these universes and black holes they're flying through with no and meteorite storms. Even though I don't believe in space because I believe we're in a dome, I'm just giving you their narrative. Flying through all that shit, land on Earth, and then crash. That doesn't make sense. So you know, other countries have those UFO type things, unidentified, and when they crash, they take them and they re-engineer them. So let me see what the Americans put in this thing, and maybe we can make our UFO faster, or yeah, like we can take this technology. So they re-engineer it. They take it apart, put it back together, and they see how it operates. That's what they did to us. See, sometimes you guys think that, you know, you're sick, you got these things and this and that. Your body was made, wonderfully made. You have a demon. Remember, the Most High put a demon over us because we denied his glorious covenant and we went after the fetishes and gods of the other nations. So this is what we got to work with. So they said, oh, we got control. Remember, Job 9:24, and the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Covereth the faces of the judges. If not, who and where is he? I'll tell you who it is. It's the apex heathen. Esau that's hiding sneaky, the Negro Esau hiding somewhere behind the curtain, and the heathen Gentiles, the pale ones. They re-engineered your genetics. They go, oh, we got, the Most High gave us control over them. And we're going to do everything to them. Right? Papa, Satan, Ha-Satan, that's what they say, not me. They say to their papa. Or their papa's telling them, you re-engineer those Negroes, Israelites. Make them all sick. And you know when they're sick, they're not going to want to study the scriptures. They're going to get lazy. They ain't going to want to do Sabbaths and new moons. Make them sick. You know, I got my other demon heathens that make rap music and make the rap industry to keep them occupied with wickedness. I got a lot of things that suck them in, but he says, I want to add to it. I want to re-engineer them. So they're going to deal with a lot of the stresses in the world, a lot of the temptations, but they're going to deal with a lot of sickness. I'm going to re-engineer them. And apparently they have done it because when you look at a lot of studies, it's like Negroes suffer from these things the most. But you should scratch your head and say, how could that be? If we are the family of the Most High, We're above all the nations of the earth. We are his peculiar treasure. I got King David saying, and what one nation is like Israel on the earth? And on and on and on in the scriptures. How could this be? And somebody say, yeah, it's going to be because of the curses. And you're right. And one part of it is they re-engineered our genetics. So now I'm presenting you the answer, part of the answer to why you feel the way you are, why you have to take those medicines, why you have to go to the hospital, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And why are we number one on all the list of bad health things? Why? If we are so superior to them. And what I want you, before I start this video, what I want you to take away is that the Most High made us wonderfully. Above all the people, the Negroes, he made us above them. We are not equal to them. That's why, and I said I didn't finish it, in Leviticus 22, Exodus 22, Deuteronomy 14. It says to the Israelites, if your cattle dies of natural causes or your cattle is torn by beasts, you cannot eat it. You have to sell it or give it to the stranger because they can eat it, do whatever. They eat turtles. They do everything. Asians, they eat turtles and frogs and bats and rats and snakes and porcupines and golfers, whatever. So they can do anything. They're not under the law. He made us different. And they re-engineered us. They got their smartest scientists and said, oh, this gene does this. Okay, figure out how to make this gene malfunction. Oh, they got this superpower. Because you use a super. I feel I'm a superpower. I'm a super person. we're like, it's called the Ubermensch in Hebrew. Like, we are supermen. We just don't have those Superman traits that you see on the television. But the Most High made us supermen and superwomen, and they know it. The Ubermensch in German, the Ubermensch, Superman, like Kal-El, Superman. And he re-engineered our genetics, found out, hey, this gene does this. Find a way to malfunction that gene in them. Oh, this gene does this. Find a way to have this gene malfunction and go in reverse. Oh, they got this superpower too? I hate that creator. He gave them all this. Find a way to malfunction this gene. And that's what they did to us. They re-engineered our genetics by the food, the medicine, the poisons, the air, everything. So that's what I want you to take away. Don't have so low self-esteem. The Most High made us wonderful. And yes, now I know in this system, it's not going to be that wonderful. He said to all his men, Abraham, he said, now it's time to put Abraham to the test. King David said in Psalm 71, he said, he gave me many misfortunes and troubles, but he revives me. So, but still, at the end of the day, on paper, you are an Ubermensch. You're a Superman, and you, Hebrew woman, you're a superwoman. They just, part of the curses, he allowed them to engineer our genetics so that we can be highest on blood pressure and this and that. You got to do, anyway, that's another topic. I talk about health, some other health things later, but I want you to watch this. This is New Year's from Israel. Hopefully this will be edifying to you. It's edifying to me to watch. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's enough of that. Let me get this going for you guys. Okay, hold on. Enjoy. Let me bring this here and listen. Listen to this. Listen to this. It's only going to be 10 minutes. and 29 seconds. Okay? So it's not long, 10 minutes. This is worth your while. You are above all the people in every aspect.
Who are genetically better equipped to survive and adapt to a changing environment? Black or white people? Well, black people have robust genes, which means they have powerful alleles of the genes. In other words, black people carry alleles of the genes that make them powerful and capable of surviving better, compared to white people, who often have the weaker allele of the same gene. And the survival of the fittest theory suggests that only those who are fit will survive, while those who are weak will be dominated and replaced. And we are also seeing black people present from the start of humanity to this point, even if various other families of the Homo genus have come and gone. So does it mean that black people have black genes that make them exceptionally capable of adapting to changes and natural diseases aimed at testing the survival of the fittest theory? Well, the answer is yes, because after tens of thousands of years, black people are alive and surviving, compared to others who have either gone extinct or are today in the weakest possible state. But what are those genes that make black people genetically powerful? In this video, let's talk about that. The Black History Archives. Often it becomes quite hard for people to understand how black people have dominant alleles of the same genes and how they have better survival chances. However, that's not too hard to understand. Well, the simple explanation is that black people have genes that have undergone tens of thousands of years of evolution, making them equipped with the best allele that is expressed in all cases. But to understand this, you need to know what genes and alleles are. Think of a gene as a set of instructions in your DNA that dictates a specific trait, like the color of your eyes or your blood type. Each gene comes in different versions, and these versions are called alleles. For every gene, you inherit two alleles, one from your mother and one from your father. These alleles can be dominant or recessive. A dominant allele will determine your trait if you have at least one of it. For example, if the allele for brown eyes is dominant, having just one brown eye allele will give you brown eyes. On the other hand, a recessive allele will only show up as a trait if you have two copies of it. So to have blue eyes, which are determined by a recessive allele, you need two blue eye alleles. Now let's talk about how this relates to dealing with the environment. Sometimes having a certain allele can make you better suited to your surroundings. For example, some alleles might protect you from certain diseases, while others might not offer that protection. Often, but not always, the dominant allele is the one that helps you adapt better to your environment. And black people have dominant alleles. In other words, a child gets a dominant allele from the father and also a dominant allele from the mother. The chances of recessive allele to be expressed are zero, and therefore, black people are better equipped to survive. Now let's talk about what genes make black people better equipped compared to white people. The first gene is the ACTN3 gene that produces a protein called alpha-actinin 3, which is crucial for fast twitch muscle fibers responsible for power and speed. This gene is linked to muscle strength, power, and endurance. Studies suggest that people of African descent often carry the dominant allele of ACTN3 more frequently, contributing to greater muscle power and performance in activities requiring strength and speed. Another gene is ACE, or angiotensin converting enzyme, which influences the production of an enzyme that helps regulate blood pressure and electrolyte balance, playing a role in muscle efficiency and cardiovascular health. Higher activity of the ACE gene is associated with improved cardiovascular and muscle performance, leading to enhanced physical abilities and endurance often observed in black populations. Here's a reminder to please support us so we can make more videos for you by subscribing to our channel and giving the video a like. We want to build a strong community, and we need your support. Let's continue now. Then comes the PPRGC1A, or peroxisome proliferator. Activated receptor gamma coactivator 1 alpha, which plays its role in regulating muscle fiber types and mitochondrial function, affecting both endurance and strength. It helps convert energy stores into muscle activity. Variations in PPARG1A that are associated with increased endurance and muscle strength are more common among Black individuals, aiding in superior athletic performance and physical stamina. However, for survival, the immune system plays the key role, and the immune systems of Black people are extremely strong. That's due to HLA or human leukocyte antigen genes. HLA genes are essential for the immune system, helping the body recognize and respond to pathogens. Variations in these genes influence disease susceptibility and immune response. The diversity and frequency of certain HLA alleles in Black populations contribute to robust immune responses and better disease resistance. In addition to this, Black people also have high TNF or tumor necrosis factor genes expression. TNF genes produce a cytokine involved in systemic inflammation and immune system regulation. Variations can influence the risk of autoimmune diseases and inflammatory conditions. But because Black people have higher expression of TNF genes, it leads to a more vigorous immune response, though it can also be associated with a higher risk of inflammatory diseases. Furthermore, Black people have enhanced activity of TLR or toll-like receptor genes, which are involved in recognizing pathogens and triggering immune responses. They play a crucial role in the body's first line of defense. Enhanced activity of TLR genes in Black populations leads to a more effective immune response to infections and diseases. In addition to this, Black people have enhanced activity of VDR, or vitamin D receptor genes, which are crucial for vitamin D metabolism and immune regulation. They influence how the body responds to vitamin D, which is vital for bone health and immune function. Variants of VDR genes that improve immune regulation and response to vitamin D are more prevalent in Black populations, aiding in maintaining strong bones and a healthy immune system. There are also studies that reveal that there are lesser chances of diseases in Black people, and that's possible due to various genes. Black people have increased activity of NOS3, which produces nitric oxide, which is important for blood vessel dilation, muscle function, and immune response. This leads to better muscle function and cardiovascular health, supporting physical performance. What's more, Black people have higher expression of ADRB2 or adrenoceptor beta-2 gene, which enhances muscle strength and endurance by improving the response to adrenaline, boosting physical performance and stress resilience. In contrast, lower expression of ADRB2 in white people leads to reduced muscle performance and endurance, affecting physical capabilities. In addition to this, certain IL-6 alleles in Black people enhance immune function and inflammatory response, providing better protection against infections. Comparatively reduced efficiency of IL-6 in white people can impair immune response and increase susceptibility to autoimmune diseases. Even Black people have higher activity of SOD2, which reduces oxidative stress, protecting against cellular damage. However, in white people, lower expression of SOD2 in white people leads to increased oxidative stress and a higher risk of related diseases. It's said that a person or a particular group has genes that were shaped by experience. In this sense, it becomes clear that back in the era of slavery, Black people endured brutalities and had resilience, which got converted into genes responsible for better equipping them for survival. Not only that, but Black people have higher expression of BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports better cognitive function and mental resilience. In other words, Black people have genes that actually make them genius and intelligent. Interestingly, Black people have more expression of DNA repair genes because they have dominant alleles of BRCA1 and BRCA2, crucial for efficiently repairing DNA breaks and lowering cancer risk by maintaining genomic stability. These genes are pivotal in preventing cancer development, contrasting with populations that may have compromised repair mechanisms, thereby increasing susceptibility to cancer. What's more, genes like BAX and BCL2 regulate apoptosis, the controlled cell death process. Black individuals commonly exhibit a balanced expression of these genes, ensuring timely elimination of damaged or cancerous cells. This equilibrium is vital for preserving cellular health and preventing uncontrolled cell growth that could lead to cancer. Genes like CDKN2A, CDKN2B, and RB1 regulate cell cycle progression, preventing excessive cell proliferation. And Black individuals have dominant alleles of these genes that maintain better control over cell growth and division, reducing the risk of cancer development. You see, Black people have either higher gene expression or have those alleles of the genes that make them fitter for the environment. Do you also feel that Black people have some of the robust alleles of genes that make them truly powerful? Isn't it true that Black genes dominate white genes in case of an interracial marriage? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts on Black people having better chances of survival due to Black genes. Would you like us to make more videos? If yes, please support us by subscribing to the Black History Archives and clicking the bell icon. You can check out more videos on our channel.
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, the reason why I showed you this is because you heard all those things. We have all those special genes, DNA repair, all that. Our immune system, we shouldn't be prone to all these diseases that they say we're number one in, which is the majority of them and the major ones. This is why I made this video. Israelite, they have re-engineered our genetics. Yes, they did. Because there's no way, after you heard that, them tell you the scientific information on how we are made inside, like what's going on, anatomy and physiology, or anatomy and physiology inside. There's no way we could be number one with heart disease, diabetes, this, that, and that C19 kid. Oh, the Negroes or African Americans, or whatever you want to say. Oh, they're first in on. How? They're recessive. You heard the scientific data on the Negroes' anatomy and physiology. We are superior to all the people on the planet. This is what I've been trying to tell you at Hebrew on the Island too. So when you're seeing the opposite of what that science data showed you, just showed you on that video, they re-engineered our genetics. They made things to have all our genetics, switches, RNA, DNA, immune system turn off or reduce in effectiveness. And then that's how they go, we're going to even the score up, and then we're going to rise higher because we're going to push this button, this button, this button, this button, this button, this button, this button. Boom. All in their genetics. And they won't know. They stupid. And we'll just say everybody gets cancer. Everybody has a heart problem. Everybody has high blood pressure. We shouldn't have none of that stuff. How the science on our DNA, the data, that is, anybody can find it. You just don't know what to look. I just showed it to you. There's no way we could be sick like this. But the two ways are, we sinned against the Most High, our foreparents and us. So he put us under a devil. And he re-engineered our genetics. That's what happened. That's why you read in Zechariah 1, the Most High is angry with all the nations. The Most High is angry. He was only angry a little while. They overdid the punishment. And this is why I'm presenting this video to you. So any question, why I got this? That doesn't mean that you just sit there and just let things go. You try to improve and do things opposite. Here's a flaming bag of Cheetos. No, thank you. Here's a bag of Doritos. No, thank you. Here's this ice cream over here. No, thank you. Here's this big bottle, supersized Pepsi from Burger King, McDonald's. No, thank you. And you try to live different. This thing is not to tell you, oh, well, they re-engineered genetics. Let me just go, well, nope. Do your best. Do the opposite. But this video is just to open your eyes. We've been re-engineered from not the outside in, from the inside out. Hopefully this was edifying. This is New Year's from Israel. Hebrew on the Island too. Until next time.